Italdesign. Francesca Di Nicola, she's project manager, and Elena Negro, innovation and digitalization product leader. In their talk, Italdesign, Let's Talk Feminine, they will share with us their working stories as women and millennials at Italdesign, a company whose commitment is making diversity and inclusion a priority and creating a culture of whole acceptance. Francesca and Elena, the stage is yours. Hello everybody. We are so excited to be here on the stage today, and we are eager to share with you our working stories.
Both our stories are strictly connected to the company we are working for, Italdesign. Do you know Italdesign? We've brought for you a short video with some images that speak for themselves. Italdesign is a hub combining the state-of-the-art services with technological and strategic partnership. Our headquarters are in Moncalieri, near Turin, so in the northern part of Italy. Italdesign has been founded in 1968 by a designer, Giorgetto Giugiaro, and an engineer, Aldo Mantovani, with the first name of Studi Italiani Realizzazione Prototipi. From 2010, we are part of the Volkswagen Group, formerly acquired by Lamborghini. Our mission is being a visionary design, engineering, and prototyping company able to turn itself into a system integrator and to anticipate the needs of our fast-changing world. Starting from human being, Italdesign aims at re-engineering cities, products, and services, becoming a service provider for new and innovative solutions. So we can say that from styling to engineering, from prototyping manufacturing to testing and validation, Italdesign is a place where innovation is a constant driving factor. We are very proud and honored to be part of such a company, also because Italdesign has done and is doing a lot in terms of diversity and inclusion at work, and strongly believes that gender equality is not only a fundamental human right, but a necessary foundation for an healthy and prosperous workplace.
As Elena anticipated, Italdesign's daily commitment to gender equality translates into several initiatives. But the starting point is really the awareness that the surrounding social context is still characterized by mechanisms of inequalities and social exclusions for certain groups, especially women. If we look at the data, the percentage of women registered in STEM disciplines at university is still very low. In Italy, it's just about 20%. So, since we strongly believe that having no gender gap in STEMs can really make the difference, Italdesign is taking steps to address this issue at its very origin. Girls Tech is one of those initiatives. It was launched to encourage young girls to pursue paths in technical fields and digital technologies. Italdesign employees' daughters, aged between 7 and 17, were invited and were involved in several workshops and activities in electronics, programming, robotics, also to give them the chance to develop teamwork spirit at the same time. For this very reason, Italdesign has also recently joined Valore D. Valore D is one of the most important associations at country industrial level, whose aim is really to spread the values of equity and inclusiveness and also to support companies in creating inclusive organizational models. But it's now our turn, so let's start with Elena's story.
Yeah, thank you. So, starting from my university days, I can say that I'm quite used to work in a predominantly male context. In fact, I studied mathematical engineering at Politecnico di Torino, and at that time, the number of girls were quite lower with respect to the boys' ones. And as Francesca said before, this is unfortunately, and at least in Italy, quite true for all the so-called STEM disciplines, subjects. Then I joined Italdesign in 2013 within the engineering department as acoustic engineer, so with a very technical role. Since then, I experienced a company that was really empowering people to express themselves at their best, and I was fully supported when I decided to move to a more strategic department with a less technically focused role. I was moved by the curiosity for the future of mobility and innovation topic in general, and by the desire to work on those topics. At the moment, I see myself as a passionate and versatile digital and innovation product leader who helps our company to evolve the culture and the processes towards a more innovation-oriented organization. In particular, I have contributed to set up the new innovation team in Italdesign with the aim of developing new products and processes in the automotive world. With an open innovation approach, we have completely rethought the processes of generating, collecting, and developing innovative ideas within our company. Through periodic challenges on specific topics, we are encouraging our colleagues to provide us their innovative ideas. Then we analyze those ideas in a complete way, both from the technical point of view and from the business model. We experienced the so-called try and error and learn fast approaches. In fact, as soon as possible, we try to realize some proof of concepts, minimum viable products, in order to really test those ideas. And most importantly, we see failure not as an obstacle, but really as a part of the process from which we should learn something important and something new. Within this scenario, of course, one of the most important topics related to our daily work is the new mobility. So we study new solutions for already mobility existing problems, as well as new mobility dimensions, for example, linked to the autonomous driving concept. Traditionally, we can say that the automotive world has always been a predominantly male world, but now the female presence is really starting to increase. This has brought, of course, some benefits in terms of cooperation among the work team, which is no longer based only on a top-down approach, but more on collaboration and trust. For example, if I look back at my first years at Italdesign, I can remember many meetings led by men in which I could barely express myself. While now I am leading a digital project in which we have other women in top key roles, and during all the meetings we really try to listen to everybody and to catch all points of view. So in every project I'm involved in, I really push the user-centric approach. It starts with human beings and ends with the answers particularly tailored for their individual needs. When you really are able to understand the people you want to reach and then design from their perspective, you for sure will come up with new and innovative answers. So thank you, and now listen to Francesca's story.
Thank you, Elena. So my story as a woman in a male-dominated context starts back in 2005 at university, when, driven by my love for technology, I decided to study mechanical engineering. And I can tell you, back then, you could have counted the number of girls in the class on one hand. So, well, I recognized that the context and statistics could hold back many young girls in choosing such a path. But I do encourage them to consider an education and a career in STEM fields, since I strongly believe that we need a more diverse set of skills and sensitivities, especially women's one, to successfully face the challenges of our age. And my belief is enforced every day by what I directly experience at work. After 8 years of working experience in an automotive OEM, I joined Italdesign in 2018. I started as a team leader in a newly born engineering department, and I was immediately confronted with the challenge to develop new processes and methodologies, also relying on my previous working experience and technical background. It was at that point that I understood that the creative process of strategic planning and problem solving, even if in the small scale of a team, was personally enriching. That experience triggered moments of self-reflection and offered me a clearer perception of my purpose and my inclinations. So the awareness that I could have brought more value to the company in a non-purely technical role, but more strategic and business-oriented, pushed me 2 years ago to move to my current role of project manager, and also at the same time to go back to studies, as I started an MBA to be better equipped towards my professional goals. I would like to point out how important is for a woman self-awareness and self-leadership. Being honest to ourselves, having a curious mindset to constantly question the status quo and either confirm or redefine our objectives, professional and also personal objectives, is fundamental, because no one is doing that for us. No one will show us the way, and it's our duty to proactively take the lead of our lives and our careers. Being a woman in a male-dominated industry is unfortunately still a challenging journey. It often means being prepared to prove to others own skills and expertise in order to gain trust and credibility, or to neutralize negative stereotypes that women are less competent than men. At my current role, I deal every day with a variety of project stakeholders, and I manage multidisciplinary teams. And it's exactly that, the teamwork, the possibility to cooperate with different clients and partners throughout projects that are always different and unique, that constantly fuels my motivation and engagement. One of my recent projects was the development of the new DeLorean Alpha 5 concept car, and being able to see the results of the hard teamwork globally revealed at the Monterey Car Week was extremely rewarding. But I'm still learning though, and my leadership style is constantly evolving. And I can tell you that despite some typical male archetype models I was exposed to in my early career years, I've always tried to stay true to myself, my values, and also the typical female traits that characterize me, such as sense of duty, dedication, empathy, and putting myself in others' shoes. So this approach has proven successful in a role like mine, in which the human factor is fundamental, that revolves around communication, negotiation, and making informed decisions based on the complete understanding of the social and surrounding context. So I could build trustworthy relationships that I believe are the foundation for successful and sustainable outcomes. I have also learned how important it is to create a safe environment to let other people bring their whole self at work and have their voices heard. Women's voices today are still in the minority, especially in places where important decisions are made. But I'm also happy to realize that this situation is gradually changing, and organizations like Italdesign have finally understood how important it is to have a diverse workforce, which is at the end of the day a resource, a source of unique perspectives and insights, and so a driver of business excellence, innovation, and growth. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much.